Hey everybody, Randy Patterson here with Boomerocity. If you've been watching much at all, you already know that we love the blues here at Boomerocity. And whenever I get to talk to a blues artist, whether they're well known or not, it's a big thrill for me. And I hope it is for you too. And one of those guys that's known by a lot of blues fans is a gentleman by the name of Christone Kingfish Ingram. Goes by Kingfish. And my goodness, what a great artist he is, man. He is one of the greats in the blues genre. And boy, I could listen to him all day long. And I've been known to. So if you love the blues and for some reason haven't heard of this man, you need to listen to his music. It's phenomenal. And speaking of, he's got a brand new live album out that's recorded in London. It's called Kingfish Live in London. And it's very representative of the type of work he does. And like I said, if you love the blues, you're going to want this album. It's on vinyl and it's on CD. And of course, you can stream it on all the popular platforms. So definitely check this interview out when you're done. If you don't mind, please like it and on whichever platform you're listening to it on. And if you would, also please subscribe, whether it's the YouTube channel or the podcast platform you're listening to this on. We'd love to have you along. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out a lot. So if you would do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. So without any further ado, here's my first of what I hope are many more interviews to come with Christone Kingfish Ingram. Until next time, this is Randy Patterson. Take care. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time to join with me here, Kingfish. I've been a fan of yours for a while, and I've been itching to talk to you for a long time, and I'm just glad we finally get to connect. So thank you for taking the time, and thank you for all the great music that I've got to enjoy from you.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support.
Well, my pleasure. I know you're tight on time, so we'll keep this to the point and everything. I love this new album, man. Why this album and why now? What drove you to put out this great live album?
Well, I just felt like after two studio albums, and a few singles under our belt, why not? And the fans have been asking for one, for a couple of years now, because I've been told on many occasions that, a Kingfish live experience, is a, different beast, than the studio experience. So
Mhm.
yeah, I just want to give people, who haven't been to our show yet a taste of the live, show before they actually, come in the flesh.
You're right, right. Well, one thing I find interesting, and maybe you can give some more uh I don't know, some more insight into why this is. I find it interesting that in Europe, the blues seems to be much more. Um, it seems to be huge there. I mean, it's getting big here in the States again. It seems to go in cycles. But what is it about the UK that just eats up American blues? I mean, it started with the Beatles, right, and just went from there. But you've got a good fan base there. What's your take on it?
Well, since I've been playing blues music, we've always discussed amongst blues musicians that the reception across the pond is a little bit better than over here because over here they kind of see the blues as, yesterday music and the ball is always rolling over here as to always trying to find the next new hip thing. So a lot of people have kind of, turned away from the blues. As for across the pond, they appreciate it. The old legendary guys are not forgotten over there. So I think that's just, I think that's the nature of the beast.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I imagine that the crowds are a bit. Do they respond different there than they do here?
Most definitely, most definitely. They definitely love it. As far as I can put it, they like, from the guitar solos on down to the singing. They know for a fact it's more than just a genre of music. It's a way of life. They can
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I know. I always tell artists this that I know that you're not supposed to ask an artist what their favorite song is because it's like asking them to pick their favorite child. But I do ask. Yeah, we're not really supposed to do that, are we? But we
Yeah.
But I do think there's such a thing as pointing to a piece of work that says, hey, if you like this, you're really going to dig the rest of my work. Or in their case, if you like this song, you're really going to love the rest of the record. Which song off of this live album would you point to and say that?
I would say Midnight Heat. Midnight Heat, is the first single from the record, and it's different from all my other tracks because it's more funkier. It still has the guitar solos with the edge on them, but as far as like the arrangements, I don't really have too many funk songs, under my belt. So, this is kind of like one of the first steps into, creating that funk sound under the Kingfish brand. So yeah, definitely Midnight Heat for sure.
I see. What do you think? Uh, well, so far, I mean, the album's been out for a little bit now, not too terribly long, but what kind of reception are you getting from it so far?
Man, everyone seems to be digging it. Like I said earlier, I've been told many times that, the Kingfish experience, is different, than the studio albums. So I think people are, uh grasping that, with this album. I've been told many times that, that they're there, in the room,
Mhm.
at the concert when they listen to it.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of concerts, you're going to be coming to my neck of the woods in Knoxville here in the not too distant future. What can fans, especially local fans, expect from not only that tour, but that specific stop in Knoxville?
Man, well, we have played that venue before.
Mhm.
So you guys will begin to, a whole new show, like I said, with the arrangements, a couple of new songs thrown in. So yeah, man, we should be elevating from the time before. It's gonna be dope.
Cool, cool. Well, I'm hoping to make it. I plan on making it because I love the blues. I love your work, and the Bijou is a fun little place to catch shows at. So I definitely plan on catching your gig there. What as far as in addition to that tour, what else are you going to be doing in support of this live album? And what are your plans after that?
Well, we got a couple of shows booked. We're gearing up to go to San Francisco this weekend. We're doing the legendary Rhythm and Blues cruise. Uh, yeah, got some Texas dates. We got a bunch of stuff under the hat for this, for this album and whatnot.
Mhm. Okay. Um, 2 more questions for you because I know you're tight on time today, but what is your
Mhm.
opinion? I mean, you're a young man. There's, a lot of the older ones are beginning to pass away. 1 or 2 I've had the privilege of interviewing, people like Johnny Winter and all that, but there's still some of the old timers around, Bobby Rush and some of the others. You young guys, you, Bonamassa, you know, others, Kenny Neal, you guys you're carrying the mantle from where you stand on that stage. What is your opinion of the state of the blues? Are you encouraged by the market for it? Are you encouraged by what you're seeing as far as what your peers are doing? And are you encouraged by those that are even younger than you are that are coming up through the ranks and wanting to learn to play that genre? What is your view on all that?
Man, I think it's a beautiful thing. I definitely see that there's a resurgence, in young people loving the blues. Specifically young African American kids loving the blues.
Mhm.
A lot of my peers out here are doing it. I can name some names: Mr. Phil, Eric Gales, then Tavis Willard, Marquise Knox, Dylan Triplett. The list goes on and on. It's a bunch of kids around this way that's making blues, cool again, for lack of a better term. So
Mhm.
yeah, man. I'm really enjoying it, and and I'm definitely, inspired by it. Ali Venable,
Oh, yeah.
like you said, Joe, Josh Smith. Yeah, man. R2 Menendez, Matthias Latine. It's just a bunch of names I can mention for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you named some great ones there. One more question for you before I cut you loose, and that is, you're a young man. You're going to be around a while, but and hopefully I'll get to interview you a lot more in the years to come. But every other time I may ask you this question, just kind of get a feel from if your mind's changed any since the last time I asked you, and that's this. When you step off of the great tour bus of life up into the great gig in the sky, to borrow a line from Pink Floyd, what do you hope your legacy is going to be, and how do you want to be remembered?
Man, I've always I just want to be remembered as one of the guys, that, you know, uh showed that, you don't have to be into, top 40 music, being young. You can love this uh genre of music, you can love this culture and everything like that. For years I had to listen to the music the young kids not into the blues, young black kids not into the blues. They they all into what's hip and cool. So I just want to be the one to show that, under a different light. So yeah, man, I hope that's what my legacy is for sure.
Well, good deal. Well, Kingfish, I'm looking forward to your show here in Knoxville. I'm gonna try to get a couple of tickets for that and catch it. You may hear me yell and scream once or twice on there, but it's I'm looking forward to catching you there and looking forward to hearing many more years of music from you, man. So please stay safe, please stay healthy, and we'll catch you in Knoxville.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, take care. Thanks for calling. Bye bye.